Good morning, Max and Brianna and Amber. Today we have lesson 7 in our language. We are going over semicolons in a series. Hopefully you guys remember what a semicolon is. Remember, we have a dot on top and our comma on the bottom. All right, that is our semicolon. And today we're going to be learning about using them in a series, like a series of things within our sentences. So I'm going to start reading at the top of page 21. It says, use a semicolon to separate items in a sentence that already contain commas, all right? So for their first arrow, they have sentences with a series of cities and states or countries need a semicolon, all right? So if you look at their first sentence, Giovanni has lived in Rome, Italy, all right? So here's our city within our country. So then Rome, Italy, and we're going to use our semicolon to separate our country from our next city. Marziel, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. France, and so here's our other country that we're going to put a semicolon after, and then Barcelona, Spain, all right? So for your first rule about semicolons within a series, we use them to separate cities and states or countries, all right, in sentences that already contain commas. Jumping down to the next arrow, it says use a semicolon in sentences with a series of appositives. So you guys remember what appositives are? Remember, it's a noun or pronoun that directly follows another noun or pronoun, and it renames that noun or pronoun without using a linking verb. So we have Dina, my sister. So here is directly following a noun or pronoun, and it's renaming who Dina is. Dina, my sister. So we're going to put a semicolon here. Leah, my cousin. So here's our other positive that renames who Leah is. Juliana, my friend. Here's another one. And I went to South Carolina to attend their wedding. All right, so notice how we used our semicolons after our positives when it comes with a series of appositives. When there's 1, 2, 3, there was 3 appositives in a row there. So we're using our semicolon to separate those as well. And turning to the next page, we have one more arrow. It says use a semicolon with a series of items with 2 or more adjectives, all right? And if you just look her up on the board, I took along a thick, warm wool sweater, right? So we have 3 adjectives here describing our sweater. So we are going to put a semicolon after a series of items with 2 or more adjectives, all right? And then moving on, we have rubber, waterproof, knee-high boots. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3 adjectives describing our boots. So we're going to put our semicolon after that, and an old felt hat, all right? I took along a thick, warm wool sweater, rubber waterproof knee-high boots, and an old felt hat, all right? So we use a semicolon to separate our states, cities, and countries in sentences that already have commas. We use semicolons after a series of appositives. And we also use semicolons in a sentence that is describing a word, we also use them with a series of items with 2 or more adjectives, all right? So if an item has 2 or more adjectives, then we use it after that word that is after that noun that's describing, all right? So for numbers 1 through 3, you have to circle the commas that should be semicolons. And then 4 through 7, you guys are supposed to rewrite the sentences, adding commas and semicolons where they are needed. All right? And letter 8, you have to write a sentence using semicolons and a comma. All right? And that is all for your new part. I will see you guys tomorrow.